is talking about going offline right now.
Okay guys, here are the 5 products I packed with me to Tuscany for my summer in Italy vibe. That's very effortless, glowy.
I think I've lost my personality. Not in a sense of like, I feel like I have no personality, because I definitely have my personality, a personality. But I think I've lost my sense of like style, what I like, anything like that, because I consume so much, too much social media.
Stop consuming content. Stop consuming people's lives through a screen.
This is the life. Hold on tight.
Hey, what do you like to do besides be on your phone?
Deleting apps, buying flip phones, going on a digital detox. And honestly, I think a lot of it is performative as hell. I'm talking about the narrative. The idea of going offline is just this easy. A noble choice that everyone can make if they had more willpower. But that's bullshit. Because here's what nobody's saying. The people preaching going offline are the same people who can't afford to disappear. They already have the money, they don't have career that depends on their visibility, and they have the luxury of disconnecting. The rest of us, well, we are trapped. And I'm going to show you exactly how being offline went from a health choice to a status symbol, and why the companies selling you the solution are the same one who created the problem in the first place. So stick around, because this is gonna get uncomfortable. But first, let me tell you what happened to my last trip to Japan, because that's when I realized I wasn't just consuming content, I was living my entire life for it. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sabrina, and in here we talk about all sorts of things. Lifestyle, travel, self-improvement. So if you like this kind of format, subscribe and let's get into the video. Alright, so let me guess. You open TikTok or Instagram just to check one thing, and suddenly it's hours later. You haven't moved, and you genuinely cannot remember a single thing you just watched over the past hour. Sounds familiar? Now, here's what you need to understand. You're not weak, you're not addicted or undisciplined, you're just trapped. And most people haven't even noticed when it happens. Remember when Instagram was just photos from your friends? Well, we all know that this version is dead. Now, your feed is endless, full of people that you don't even follow. It's AI-generated slubs designed to provoke rage or engagement. And the algorithm is not even showing you what you really want. It's showing you what will keep you scrolling for 1 more minute. And there's a specific reason why all the platform has changed at the same time. Let me introduce you to the little villain in the story, which is TikTok. TikTok didn't just introduce short form videos. Forget about people. We're going to build your feed based on what we think keeps your eyes glued on the screen, and it worked. Traffic flooded from Instagram all over to TikTok. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube started to panic. They all copied the same addictive product because everyone wants a piece of the pie. And now platform prioritize time spent over everything else. They don't care if you're happy, they don't care if you're learning anything, they just care if you're stuck. And maybe you've noticed this. Maybe you are someone who loves discovering new things, who's genuinely curious about the world. But the algorithm has decided you only want to see the same topic on repeat. Same creator, same narrative. And suddenly you start to blame yourself, like, I messed up with my algorithm. I searched that one thing and now my entire feed is all fucked up. So it's my fault. But here's the thing, that's by design. The algorithm wants you to think you broke it, because then you have to find ways to fix it. It wants you to feel responsible for your own trap. It's putting you in smaller and smaller boxes, and the more you watch, the tighter the box gets. So no, you're not anxious, you're frustrated. And I get it, because you're wasting time looking for something that you actually love on your own feed, and you're not even enjoying it. It's like spending hours scrolling on Netflix and not finding anything to watch. Except that here there's no end. There's always one more video. The thing that we're supposed to connect us, it's actually making us more isolated than we've ever been. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I looked at my own behavior. Okay, remember when I said I'd tell you about what happened in Japan? I spent 3 months there, living my absolute dream. It's my favorite country in the world, and the entire time I was there, I felt this constant pressure to record everything because Japanese content is hot right now and the algorithm loves it. And brands wants to work with creator who makes Japan content. So I film constantly. Every meal, every street, every activities, every shrine, literally every single moment. So when I got home and I looked at my camera roll, I had over 500 videos of Japan. But here what haunts me the most. I can barely remember some of the things that I filmed there. I have proof, hours of footage, but the memories feels hollow. Like I've experienced Japan through a screen instead of the actual sense. Because the whole time I wasn't asking myself, how do I enjoy this? How do I make this viral on social? What's going to be the hook? What trendy music am I gonna use? Will this get me brand deals? Well, it actually did, but that's not the point. The real world became a set and the content was the actual experience. And you might be thinking, okay, well, you are a content creator, that's your job. This doesn't apply to me. But here's the thing, it actually does. Even if you're not a content creator, you're still performing, you're still curating, and you're still thinking how your real life is going to translate online. I mean, you heard that say, people only show what they want you to see. So you're not just going to dinner, you're going to that viral place where millions have already been to and wondering if your videos are going to be Instagram worthy. You're not just going to a concert, you're recording it for your story instead of actually watching it. Let's be honest, how many times have you gone back and rewatched those videos? And you're not just enjoying life, you're documenting your life for an audience that might not even pay attention. Social media is supposed to connect us. That was the pitch, right? And you have X followers on this social platform. People who engage with your content, right? And yet you can go days without a real conversation with someone who actually cares about it. Because staying connected now means liking a post, reacting to a story, sending a meme instead of texting. And when we do hang out in person, people will still have present. I'm sure we can all name that one person who can't stop looking at their phone when you spend time with them. Or your conversation getting interrupted every time they receive a text. Or you text that one person and they leave you hanging with a red and actually not replying. Look, the point is not to shame or blame, just to realize how much we have normalized this. We've never been more connected and yet we've never been more isolated. And this is where this going offline trends comes in, because it looks like people are rejecting all of this.
This is the media that I've been consuming recently. Instead of doom scrolling, let's talk about it.
10 things you can do instead of being on your phone. I am averaging 7 hours screen time right now.
But when you actually look at who is going offline and why, it tells you a different story. Remember when I said how going offline became some sort of social symbol? Well, it's actually more messed up than you think. Right now there's this trend of people posting about digital detoxes, deleting apps, going back to flip phones, buying vinyl records, or even getting a retro camera. On the surface, it may look like a rebellion, like people are waking up and actually taking their lives back, but here what's actually happening. Being offline is becoming something only privileged people can afford to do. As a content creator, I need to be online to make money. If I disappear for a whole month, the algorithm forgets I even existed, and my income would vanish. But it's not just creators. Freelancers, their client finds them online. Small business owners, customers discover them through social media. Artists, their portfolio is their Instagram. Even authors are now expected to build an audience on BookTok before publishers will even look at them.
So, back in the day, jingle, 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 back in the day, before the back rooms were a thing, okay? Jingle, jingle, pay attention.
And then there's the convenience trap, because going offline means going out of your way. It means spending more time, more money, more effort. You need something? Google it, Amazon it, stream it. Going offline also means rejecting convenience. And when you're already exhausted by work and life, that friction is hard. And the crazy part about it is that companies have realized that they could monetize your exhaustion. There are now companies charging $700 for 3 nights in the cabin, and the main selling point is no Wi-Fi. They call them digital detox retreats. You check in, they lock your phone in a box, and you pay premium price to experience Boredom. Paying for a cabin, you're paying for the aesthetic of being offline, the status, the ability to post about it later, because that's what it becomes, a status symbol. And then for everyone else, it feels like we're getting stuck by necessity. And here, what's really pissing me off. The Silicon Valley's executive and those tech companies who build these addictive platforms, when you ask them, their kids don't even use social medias and are sent to tech-free schools. They created the addiction and now they're selling us the Detox. Or worse, they're leaning into it by creating AI friends to solve their problems by creating a new one. And you know what? People have started to notice. Long form is making a comeback. I mean, YouTube is the #1 platform streaming on your TVs in 2025. Substack is trending. People are buying books again. Running clubs are popping everywhere because people are craving for that real life connection. So we are not totally cooked. There's a bit of hope. So before you think that the solution is just to delete your app and join a book club, I need to tell you something that nobody in the Go Offline movement is ready to admit. And it's going to make you uncomfortable. Most of us aren't online because they're addicted to social media. We are online because we're avoiding something. We are bored, we are lonely, we are anxious, we are procrastinating work we don't want to do, we're numbing our feelings we don't want to feel. So social media isn't the root of the problem. It's the symptom.
Huge news for the chronically online. Brainrot is officially the 2024 word of the year. The New York Times posted this, stating, often used by young people on social media to describe the supposed deterioration of a person's mental or intellectual state, particularly stemming from overconsumption of trivial online content.
For me, I scroll the most when I'm avoiding working on a video, which is ironic. I'll have the idea and instead of just making it, I'll spend 2 hours scrolling, researching trends, which is just procrastination with professional excuse. Or I'll be anxious about money instead of looking at my budget. Or I'll doom scroll comparing myself to people who seems to have figured it out. Which makes the anxiety worse. But in the moment, scrolling feels easier than actually facing your problem. This is why most people who go offline eventually comes back. Because going offline doesn't fix your life. It forces you to face the things you've been avoiding. And that's hard. It's way easier to blame your phone than admit that you're lonely. Or to hate your job. Or that you don't know what you actually want from your life. So if you're watching this thinking, oh, I should do a digital detox, I want you to ask yourself this. What am I actually running from? What will I have to face if I put my phone down? Because that is the real work, not just deleting some apps. So I don't think that the solution is to go completely offline. Internet is not evil. Social media isn't inherently bad. I mean, I've built my career mostly online, now as a content creator, but in the past in marketing, and I've connected with incredible people. I've learned and discovered things I would have never had otherwise. The problem is being trapped online in ways that don't serve us. So here's what I want you to try. First, I want you to reframe your wording and have intentional session rules. As you're not using social media anymore, you're having sessions. 3 times a day, maximum 20 minutes each time. Morning could be for checking the notification and replying to comments. Afternoon could be for posting content or replying to messages. And evening will be for just catching up on whatever you've missed. Outside of those times, the app is closed, not just minimized, completely closed off. The key here is to go with a purpose. I'm checking notifications, I'm posting a video, not just I'm bored, let me see what's happening. The second thing you can do is the 60-second boredom test. Every time you reach your phone out of boredom, make yourself wait for 60 seconds. Just sit here, be bored just for 1 minute. If after 60 seconds you still want to check out your phone, fine. But usually the urge just passes because most of the time we're not wanting to scroll. We're automatically feeling empty space. 3, you can do the 1 moment per day rule. Every single day you have 1 moment completely offline. No phone, no cameras, no documenting. Sometimes it can be morning coffee with no phone or going for a walk without your phone. Or it could be sitting at the park reading a book. Just that one thing that lives in your memory and not on your camera scroll. Because a moment like this reminds you that the real world exists even if you're not recording. So I don't want you to see these as some hacks, but actually as practice. Because someday you will nail it, and some other days you will completely fail and you've spent 3 hours doom scrolling. The goal here isn't perfection. The goal here is awareness. Noticing when you're choosing to be online versus when the algorithm is choosing for you. Noticing when you're scrolling to avoid versus when you're scrolling with purpose. And here what gives me hope. You are still watching this video so far. That means you are someone who can actually focus, and that's rare now. Offline isn't the new luxury. Attention is. The ability to choose where your attention goes, that is the real luxury. Now we are in a system that is designed to steal that from us. To keep us scrolling, consuming, comparing, but we don't have to accept that. We can demand better platforms, better regulations, better designs that protects our attention instead of exploiting it. Until then, we protect ourselves. Not by going completely offline, but by being intentional, by setting boundaries, by remembering that there is a whole world outside of screens. And yes, I see the irony here. I'm telling you this on a screen. In a video, I need you to watch and share. Maybe that's okay. Maybe the solution isn't to reject completely technology. Maybe it's using it with purpose instead of letting it use us. So here's what I want you to do. After this video ends, try the 60 seconds boredom test. Just once. The next time you reach your phone out of habits, just wait 60 seconds. Sit there, be bored, and then come back and tell me. Was it easy? Was it hard? What did you notice? Let me know in the comment because I genuinely want to know. And maybe together we can figure out how to make this work. And if you made it this far, consider subscribing because you clearly have an attention span longer than a goldfish, and that makes you my people. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye bye!